Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. My name's Jenny from Inmysparetime Crochet, and if it's your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you very much. Now, I've virtually done no crochet in a week, aside from one single granny square for my crochet along. If you haven't already seen it, the week before I did a large granny square blanket in 1 week, and as a result, my body, my shoulders, my arms were like, what the hell? They let me know that I needed a little bit of a break. So I did take a bit of a break this week, and as a result, I don't really have anything to show you at this point. However, I have had this mirror. I don't want it to. Oh, yeah. I've had this mirror. Well, that's a lot of mess, isn't it? I've had this mirror that I bought from Kmart here in Australia for $7. You heard it, $7. And I've had it sitting there knowing that at some point I would find a little crochet project for it. So today we are going to be crocheting some little hearts, and just to make it a little different, mix it up a little bit, I'm going to use some chenille yarn. So I have a lot of parfait chunky in my stash in really nice vibrant colors, so I figured that we might make some. Initially I was going to make flowers, but then, and that's been quite viral on Pinterest and Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. But I decided to do something different. So I'm going to do some hearts. I have started because I wanted to see what I thought would work. And this is what I've come up with. There are a lot of different little heart tutorials out there on the internet. I guess you just have to find one that works for you. And after a little bit of tweaking, this is what I've come up with. And I just think it works well for this particular yarn. So as I said, it's Premier Parfait Chunky, which is a super bulky, weight 6 allegedly, although if you've used it, you'd probably agree that it tends to be a little thinner than that. I've used a 5mm hook, and I've got a few made so far, but what I thought I'd do for this video is go ahead, show you how I'm making them, and then just take you through the process of hot gluing them on. And I'm sure it's going to work. What could go wrong? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but let's get into it. We'll get some more colors of the Parfait Chunky, and we'll get going. Okay, so this little section here has the majority of my Parfait Chunky stash. A lot of them I've started to use the skein, but you've got a couple of different brands here, but I've got some nice vibrant colors that I think will work. So I'm just going to take a selection of them out, and then I think I will work it out as I go. I will start planning it out and see what I like. That's a nice blue. We're just going to wing it, I think. So I will, before I glue them down, I'll plan it out and see what I think looks good. We've got a nice blue here as well. So maybe that green. Yeah. Okay. We'll take that one just in case. So let's start making some hearts and see how we go. Okay, so we've got all my colours here. I guess it's a good time to open up the mirror. That way I can start laying the hearts out and get a bit of an idea of what I think is going to work. Okay, so as I said, I have already made 3. So I'm just going to make them and then sit them on top as I go so that I don't undermake or over make them. So before I start planning them out, I will show you how I am making these little hearts, and then I will set it aside. I'll continue making it. I'll pop you on a bit of a time lapse and then sort of start planning it out as I go. And then I'll come back and have a little chat. As I said, there's lots of different heart tutorials that you can find on the internet. This is what is just going to work for me in this project. So a lot of them start with a magic ring, but I don't want to start with a magic ring considering I'm using this chenille yarn. So I'm just going to make a slip knot, and then I'm going to be chaining 3 for this. So, and then working back into that first chain. So I've got my slip knot, and now I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to be working into this first chain here. I'm going to start by doing 2 trebles, so yarn over twice, working into that first chain, go in and pull up a loop, pull through 2, going to go under, pull up another loop, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. That's 1 treble. I'm going to repeat that process, yarn over twice. I'm still continuing to work into that very first chain, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So I've done my 2 trebles. I'm now going to work 3 double crochet into that same chain. 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, I should have stated that I am using US terms. So I've almost completed half the heart. Now I need to chain 1. I'm going to be doing the bottom, or the exact halfway point of the heart. So I need to do another treble, yarn over twice, pull up a loop and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, now I'm just going to replicate that but work in the opposite way to finish the heart. So chain 1, I'll be now doing my 3 double crochet. I'll be working over this yarn tail as well. 1, 2, 3, and now I just need to do 2 trebles. So that was yarn over twice. And again, still working into the same chain that I started with. 1, 2, and now I'm just going to chain 2 and then slip stitch into the center there, which is that very, very first chain. I'm going to snip this. Don't need a very long tail. I'll be cutting it anyway. Just gently pull through. Now I'm going to take a darning needle, tapestry needle, and I just want to send this little tail out to the back. Each of these will probably pull a little bit, or allow me to pull them through a little bit, I should say. I'm just going to tie them together now in a double knot. And that's it. Just going to snip that fairly closely. Now I have a very, very cute little heart. It's got lovely shape to it, and as I said, they're so quick and easy to make up. So now that I've done that, I've shown you how I'm doing it. I'm going to go ahead and make a heap more in lots of different colours. I'll make a few in each colour as I go, and then start placing them on the mirror so that I can see what I think is going to look good. So I'll pop you on a little bit of a time lapse and we'll go ahead and make this baby. line my ceiling here. Now, I've just been playing around with the layout, and I originally had them just sort of spread out at different angles, but I've started doing it this way, with one on top of the other, and obviously just, you know, having different colours next to each other, and this will be the bottom here, and I think I like that a lot better than what I was doing. So it just means I will need a lot more of the hearts, but that's okay. Sorry, I think it's a bit out of focus. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and make a lot more hearts. I'm undecided as to whether I'll bring this blue and the mustard in. I probably also have some other colours, so I might, I might make some with the other colours and see how I feel it looks. But yeah, this is how we're tracking so far. Okay, so I think rather than the darker blue and the mustard, I've just gone through my stash, and I have some beautiful colours in the Scarli yarn, which is a lovely Australian brand. I prefer this even more so to the Parfait Chunky, and these colours are absolutely beautiful. We have this one, which is baby blue. This one is ballet pink, and this one is lilac. So they, you know, they're very, very similar. However, they're just slightly, ever so slightly fuller. So, but I think these shades are going to work really well with the rest of the colours. So I'm going to go ahead, and I do have a fair bit of it kind of mapped out now. I'm going to make some more in these colours, and then once I'm pretty close to getting it done, I will show you what I've got. Okay, so I ended up introducing one more Scarli yarn here, which is, oh, very out of focus. It is in the colour of banana, a really, really light lemon colour or yellow. It's very, very pale though, really muted. Yeah, so I think I ended up with 31 hearts in total. What I need to do now is just grab my hot glue gun and then stick these bad boys down, and I will show you the end result. Okay, so we are halfway done. I think initially I probably wasn't that great with the glue gun, but as I've moved along, I think I've definitely become better. They feel very, very secure. I don't even think I'll need to pop anything, like any weight on it. I can feel that they are stuck and they're not coming off. So I am halfway done, and now I just need to do the second half, but I am incredibly happy with how it's turned out. Yeah, I think the colours work really well together, and you know, although the chenille it can be a little bit sheddy, once you have it stuck on, yeah, you can't even tell. Yeah, but let's do this second half and I will show you the finished product. Okay, so you will notice I have a little bit of a gap here, and as I said, the glue has stuck really, really well, too well, in fact, that I can't move either of these. So what I'm going to do is just quickly make up another one, and I'm going to squash it in there. I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to have a look at my colours and see what I think might work here. So I'll do that and then we'll glue that one down and we are done. Okay, so I have made another little heart in this dark pink, or bright pink it actually is, colour. Now, yeah, in hindsight, I do wish these first ones were done a little better, but you know, it's still going to look good. What I'm going to do, I can't quite fit it in there, so I'm actually just going to place it on top, and I think that's going to be absolutely fine. So, go. There. I think that little overlap is fine. I'm really not that bothered. Okay, maybe I'm a little bothered, slightly bothered, not much, not enough to be disappointed in this project. So there we have it. I think I will just check every little one, maybe add a little bit more glue to ensure that everything's down properly, and then I'll give you a look. Okay, I lied. As it turns out, it bothered me just a little bit. So, and you know, for the fact that they take around 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to make, I'm just going to quickly whip up another couple of hearts in those colours. I almost could have reused these ones, but I'd rather know that they're definitely not going to come apart. So I'll go and do that. I'll stick them down and then we'll take a look. Okay, we are finished and I'm absolutely thrilled with the results. So, especially after fixing those first two hearts. So here we go. You're going to get my tripod and camera, sorry, my phone there, but you know, that doesn't matter, but you get the idea. So I think it turned out that there were 31 hearts, yeah, just made in all the various colours. The hot glue worked extremely well. I did think I'd have to maybe pop a few heavy books on there just to weight, you know, give it some weight, but honestly, I don't need to. Even taking those first two hearts off, that wasn't easy. I had to really get in there with a pair of scissors to try and pry that glue off. But I am really, really very, very happy with the results. I think that the chenille yarn gives it a lot of great, oh gosh, that's very messy, isn't it? Yeah. YouTube versus reality. Yeah, I think that the chenille yarn has a lot of great texture. It feels really nice from a sensory point of view. I think it'd be great in a little girl's bedroom. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with mine. I might even pop it in this room here somewhere. It'll be out of shot, but it's so bright and cheerful. I might pop it in one of my spare rooms. I'm not sure. Either way, I'll be keeping it, but $7, like seriously, you can't beat that. I've double checked online and you can still get them for $7. They are 30 centimeters wide by 40 centimeters high. I'm just going to check the inches for you there. So about 12 by 16 inch. So it's a really decent sized mirror. If you aren't in Australia, or you don't have Kmart, I'm sure there'd be an equivalent, like a Walmart or something like that. I'm not sure what the UK equivalent would be, but seriously, for that. And I used barely any yarn. It was just all yarn that I had in my stash. You don't have to use chenille yarn. You could use cotton or acrylic. It's just going to affect the size of your hearts. I do think also, and I had a look on Kmart's website, I'll pop in some little pictures here. They have white photo frames for, I think the smallest one was $1.25 and the next size up was $1.75. So I think I might even just stock up on some of those and, make a few. And I think they would make great little gifts actually. So, you could get in and start making some Christmas presents perhaps. And again, you could use either the chenille yarn or you could use cotton or acrylic, but you're not going to need as many hearts for those smaller frames. But yeah, such a quick, easy project, and that costs next to nothing but looks really, really great. So I do hope you enjoyed that little well, I guess it was a tutorial, but there wasn't much to it. But I do also want to say a big thank you to all of my new subscribers. I had quite an influx after last week's Granny Square blanket video. So I'm now over the 1,000 subscribers. It's, it's quite mind-blowing really. So, and at some point I will also have the required hours, the required watch hours to even become monetized, which is amazing. I think YouTube's given me far more than, that will be a bonus if and when it happens. But, the community and the connection that it's given me has been, so worth it. So if you have thought about doing a YouTube channel yourself, I can't recommend it enough. I don't have any fancy equipment. That tripod and my iPhone, that's it. That's all I have. And my yarn and me, that's it. So you really don't need much, but yeah, you will get a lot out of it. I can promise you that. So thank you, all of you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody that takes the time to like the video, to leave me a comment. I really appreciate it. And if you end up subscribing, yes, thank you so much. That's going to be it for now. I am officially on school holidays, so I am hoping, especially now that my shoulders are feeling a little bit better, I am hoping to be able to get a bit done this week. So I'll have something to show you next Sunday. And other than that, I will be back for my weekly Year of Granny Squares Cal video. So until then, I'll see you either Thursday or next Sunday evening. Thank you and bye for now.